a timeless tale exploring the great questions of life, death, and the eternal nature of the self, the narrative of Nachiketa, a young seeker from the Katha Upanishad. Curiosity about what lies beyond death drives Nachiketa to pursue knowledge by means of Yama, the god of death. Yama's first resistance emphasizes the depth of the research, since even the gods struggle with the enigma of life following death. By their conversation, Nachiketa discovers that the soul, immutable and eternal, is the essence of life while the body is transient. Yama shows the road to self-realization and the awareness of one's actual identity as pure consciousness, so releasing from the cycle of karma and ignorance. Many spiritual traditions, including yoga and meditation, which seek to transcend the material and reach a state of enlightenment or emancipation, moksha, draw on the lessons taught to Nachiketa. Forming the basis of samadhi, sometimes known as the height of meditative absorption, and the path to ultimate freedom is central to this road. Samadhi is the state in which the mind melts into one-pointed attention, combines the meditator with the object of meditation, and finally results in the awareness of the oneness between the personal self and the universal consciousness. The Sanskrit word samadhi consists of three elements: sam, together or one with, a, toward, and d, to hold or place. Taken together, they show a condition of collectingness and integration. Samadhi is the result of disciplined practice, that which includes self-restraint, introspection, and surrender, not only a theoretical idea. The road towards samadhi is a disciplined one aimed at eradicating the afflictions of ignorance, attachment, and ego, so opening the road for one to realize their actual nature. The path to samadhi is one of complex interaction between preparation and practice. According to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, three basic components for this path are self-discipline, tapas, self-study, svadhyaya, and surrender to a higher ideal, ishvara pranidhana. Kriya Yoga, which aims to disarm the five fundamental afflictions, klishas, that impede spiritual progress: ignorance, avidya, egoism, asmita, attachment, raga, aversion, dvesha, and clinging to life, abhinivesha, is based on these three elements. Ignorance, the source of all afflictions, distorts reality and causes people to mistakenly identify with their physical and mental constructions instead of their ultimate nature. Born of this stupidity, egoism supports the false connection with the limited self. Attachment and aversion entwine people even more in the web of desire and fear, so extending cycles of craving and avoidance. At last, clinging to life grounds the mind to the fleeting and helps to prevent emancipation by reflecting the natural fear of death and the loss of uniqueness. Starting with tapas, a discipline of self-control meant to clean the body and mind, the road to overcome these afflictions starts. This entails changing to a basic, balanced lifestyle that reduces reliance on outside gratification and diversion. Deep self-reflection and the study of holy books or mantras are the second steps, svadhyaya, which help one develop discernment and awareness of themselves. Reciting Om or another holy syllable helps the mind be centered and a link with the universal consciousness be developed. Ishvara pranidhana, the last stage, stresses on giving up the ego and fostering compassion and humility. This surrender helps the personal self to dissolve its limitations and promotes unity with the universe. Kriya Yoga's approach is quite similar to the Buddhist idea of shila, moral behavior, which prepares one for spiritual development. Shila in Buddhism refers to moral guidelines including refrain from harming live entities, stealing, false communication, sexual misbehavior, and drunkenness. These techniques clear the mind and establish the conditions for more intense meditative states, so enabling samadhi. Samadhi is the last stage of an eightfold path found in both Buddhist ideas and the Yoga Sutras. 8 limbs leading to samadhi: ethical disciplines, yama, personal observances, niyama, pastursana, breath control, pranayama, withdrawal of the senses, pratyahara, concentration, dharana, meditation, jhana, and absorption, samadhi, Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. While the last 3, collectively known as samyama, emphasize inner discipline and transcendence, the first 5 limbs ready the body and mind. Samadhi itself falls into 2 basic forms: nirvikalpa, without seed, and savikalpa, with seed. In savikalpa samadhi, the meditator keeps awareness of the object of meditation. The mind works in duality. Savitaraka, focused on gross objects, savichara, focused on subtle objects, sananda, blissful absorption, and sasmita, centered on the sense of I, divide this state still further. These phases progressively improve the meditator's awareness, so enabling a closer knowledge of the self and the essence of life. Before Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which renders all differences between subject and object obsolete, Savikalpa Samadhi acts as a prelude. In this condition, the meditator combines with pure consciousness and transcends the boundaries of thought. Nirvikalpa Samadhi stands for the ultimate aim of yoga and meditation, a condition of emancipation in which the self realizes its identity with the infinite. According to Swami Vivekananda, one reaches the boundless essence of life by escaping nature itself. Still, the trip to Samadhi presents difficulties. Karmic imprints and deep-seated habits, samskaras, sometimes bind people to cycles of want and suffering. Like grooves in the mind, these patterns feed cravings and aversions, which makes freedom challenging. Overcoming these calls for detachment, vairagya, and ongoing practice, abhyasa. People progressively release the grip of karmic conditioning by separating from the results of deeds and emphasizing the process above the result. The ideas of samadhi can be combined in daily life by means of mindfulness and selfless deed. Those who practice detachment and keep equanimity in front of success and failure will be in line with the deeper currents of life. This condition of inner balance embodies the core of spiritual freedom while yet keeping one involved with the world and helps one to negotiate the complexity of life with grace and purpose. Samadhi is a transforming experience that helps people view the world and themselves, not only a state of transcendence. Offering a window into the interdependence of all life, it links the finite and the infinite, the personal and the universal. Reminding us that release comes not in renunciation, but in the realization of our true nature as eternal consciousness. The road towards samadhi is both an inward exploration and an outward expression of compassion and wisdom. In this condition, one discovers the endless pleasure and peace that have always been at the center of life and death, transcending their oppositions.